Let's talk about printing. I know, it's not always the most exciting topic. But what if I told you it could be? Imagine a world where your printer isn't this clunky box tied to one computer. A world where printing is actually as easy as firing off an email. Well, that's not some far-off fantasy. It's the reality of cloud printing. So let's dive into the tech that's completely changing how we handle documents.
For years, printing has been, well, a bit of a headache, right? You're either physically tied to a machine, or you're wrestling with some complicated network setup. It's often complex, surprisingly expensive to maintain with all those servers and drivers, and of course, you have to be right there. Cloud printing just flips that whole model on its head. It's all about simplicity, lower costs, and the freedom to print from literally anywhere. So what exactly is cloud printing? Well, at its heart, it's a service that uses the internet to connect you to a printer. Think of it like this. Instead of relying on a physical cable or a local server, your document travels securely through the cloud, which acts like a smart middleman. This one simple change is what shatters all the physical limits we've just gotten used to when it comes to printing. And this leads us to a really powerful shift in how we think about our devices. We're talking about printing without limits. Your phone, your laptop, your tablet, it's no longer tethered to a specific printer. Instead, it becomes a gateway, a remote control that lets you print to any connected printer, no matter where it is. I mean, this is where the magic really happens in your day-to-day. As long as you've got an internet connection, you can print. You could be working from your kitchen table and need to send a report to the office printer for your team. Or maybe you're traveling for work and need to print a contract at your hotel's business center before a meeting. For anyone who works on the go, this kind of freedom is an absolute game changer. Now, that convenience factor is huge for sure, but the real value, especially for businesses, goes way, way deeper. So let's break down the core benefits that make cloud printing such a big deal. You'll see it's about so much more than just clicking print from a different room. First up is the one we've been talking about, total flexibility and accessibility. This is the advantage that you, the user, feel most directly. The power to print what you need right when you need it from whatever device is in your hand, that's a massive improvement to basically any workflow. Next is a really big one for any organization. We're talking about reduced costs. See, cloud printing gets rid of the need for those expensive, power-hungry physical print servers. That means less hardware to buy and maintain, lower energy bills, and way fewer headaches for your IT team. By moving everything to the cloud, companies can slash their total printing costs, in some cases, by up to 30%. The third major benefit is security. Now, I know what you might be thinking. Sending important documents over the internet sounds a little risky, right? Well, you'd be surprised. This is actually where cloud printing really shines.
You see, modern cloud printing services are built from the ground up with security in mind. They use end-to-end encryption, which basically puts your document in a digital armored car while it travels. They offer something called secure release printing, which is awesome. It means a sensitive report only prints when you're physically standing at the printer to authorize it. And all of this is managed with centralized logs and access controls, giving companies a bird's-eye view of who is printing what and when.
And that brings us to our fourth core benefit, simplified management. This is a huge win for IT departments everywhere. Imagine, from just one single screen, an admin can manage every single printer in the company, no matter where it is. They can set permissions, track usage, even troubleshoot problems remotely. And when the company grows, scaling up is easy. No need to overhaul your whole infrastructure. So the theory sounds great, but where is this technology actually making a difference out in the real world? Let's take a look at a few examples that really show off the power of cloud printing. Let's start with healthcare, an industry with incredibly strict privacy rules. With cloud printing, a doctor can move from an exam room to their office to a totally different floor and securely print sensitive patient records from any computer, all while staying completely compliant with regulations like HIPAA. Or how about a university campus? We've all been there, right? That frantic last-minute dash to print an assignment. Now, a student can finish their paper in a coffee shop off campus and send it straight to a printer in the library. No more scrambling to find a connected computer minutes before the deadline. And for those huge, global companies, the benefit is all about scale. They can create a single, standard printing system across dozens of offices around the world and manage the whole thing from one central dashboard. The efficiency and consistency you get from that is just incredible. Now, as powerful as cloud printing is,
No technology is a magic wand. It's not a perfect fit for every single situation without a little bit of planning. So before you jump in, it's worth doing a quick reality check on a few things.
The biggest factor, not surprisingly, is its dependence on the internet. If your internet connection goes down, so does your printing. That's a big one. Companies also really need to think about data compliance and make sure they choose a provider that meets their specific legal needs, whether that's for healthcare or finance. And finally, switching over from an old school system still takes some careful planning to get it right. So where does it all go from here? Well, the evolution of printing doesn't just stop at the cloud. The next big wave is about making printing not just connected, but truly intelligent. We're moving from the cloud printing of today towards a future of full-on document intelligence. And this is where things get really cool. I mean, imagine AI enabling predictive maintenance, where your printer knows it's running low on toner and just automatically orders more for you. Or think about the sheer convenience of voice-activated printing. Hey, print my last 5 emails. We're also going to see smarter security that adapts to threats in real time and tools that help us print in a much more sustainable way. So, if there's one thing to take away from all this, it's that cloud printing has grown up. It's way more than just a neat trick or a simple convenience. It's now a serious strategic tool for any modern organization, built on the core pillars of efficiency, security, and scalability. And that really brings us to the final question, and this one is for you to think about. As the way we work becomes more mobile, more spread out, and more data-driven than ever before, it's probably worth asking, is your printing ready for what's next?